Needless to say, the US election is a very serious topic with very serious people and even more serious effects. That's why I've decided to look at memes. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, a meme is an amusing or interesting item, such as a captioned picture or video, or genre of items that is spread widely online, especially through social media. But perhaps on a more serious note, the purpose of this video is to investigate the role of social media in this year's election. How the two candidates, Trump and Harris, have embraced memes in their campaigns, and how they've attempted to reach new younger voters through their social media strategies. Let's start off with how we got to a Trump versus Harris election in the first place. Cast your minds back to June of this year, when Trump and Biden went head-to-head in a hotly anticipated debate. Well, if you're a fan of drama, you must have enjoyed the aftermath following Biden's, let's be frank, awful performance. Leading up to the debate, the Trump camp was banging on about Biden's age, quietly omitting the fact that Trump himself is getting on a bit. But anyway, while I was too busy being captivated by the two of them arguing over golf,
I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way.
Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6.
That's the biggest lie. He's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8.
Never.
But I have, you know how many...
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
and I don't even like golf. The memesters of the world were diligently tapping away at the keyboards, creating some very fine memes indeed.
Dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death.
Long story short, Biden stepped aside and endorsed his VP, Kamala Harris. Harris kicked off her campaign and her summer in high spirits, as was noticed and remarked upon by Trump. In an attempt to repeat his Sleepy Joe hit he had back in 2020, Trump tried to convince voters that Harris was crazy, mocking her laugh and how frequently she broke into it.
Have you heard her laugh? That is the laugh of a crazy person. That is the laugh of a crazy. It's the laugh of a lunatic.
While many experts have called this an act of blatant misogyny, the Trump campaign have insisted that Trump is merely telling the truth. But what's really interesting here is how the Harris campaign has been able to spin this smear tactic to her advantage. Onekala Bennett, an associate professor for gender and sexuality studies at the University of Southern California, says that in American politics, authenticity is an asset. Harris's laugh has emerged as a symbol of her authenticity and presents her as a real person like everybody else. But perhaps one of the biggest hits of the summer was so-called Brat Summer.
Yeah, 360. When you're in the mirror, do you like what you see? When you're in the mirror.
While Democrats rallied behind their new nominee Harris, a single tweet by British pop singer Charlie XCX caused shockwaves in the meme community. Brat, the name of her latest album, means so much as
that girl who is a little messy and likes to party and like maybe says some like dumb things sometimes, who like feels herself but then also like maybe has a breakdown.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Hashtag Brat Summer went viral all over social media, resulting in mashups with another infamous Harris meme, the coconut tree.
360. When you're in the mirror, do you like what you see?
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Everywhere, I'm so Julia.
Due to copyright reasons, I am pleased to inform you I will not be playing any more of the music for the rest of this video. The Harris campaign chose once again to embrace the meme, just like they did with Trump's laughter comments. The official campaign account, Kamala HQ, momentarily rebranded to feature a lime green header on the X account in the style of Charlie XCX's latest album. Harris's meme embracing strategy seems to have paid off. She hasn't been regarded as cringeworthy like Hillary Clinton was back in 2016 when she made a awkward Pokemon Go reference.
But I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Now, while Harris was having a rather brat summer indeed, Trump was having a horrid start to 2024. Luckily for us, this did not dampen Trump's spirits, nor those of his donors, and we were treated once again to Trump's resounding intellect and awe-inspiring words of wisdom.
The late, great Hannibal Lecter is a wonderful man. He oftentimes would have a friend for dinner.
Truly powerful stuff. But what better way to prove the haters wrong, show you're not insane, than getting ex-pro wrestler Hulk Hogan to endorse you at the Republican National Convention?
The next President of the United States. Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
I mean, at least it couldn't get any worse for Trump. Oh wait. At a campaign rally speech in Butler, Pennsylvania, Trump was fired upon by a gunman just 150 meters away. He was struck in his right ear, but suffered no serious injuries. Unfortunately, one spectator was killed, 2 more critically injured, and the gunman himself was shot dead by the Secret Service. While Trump was being rushed off stage, he momentarily pops his head up and pumps his fist in a defiant gesture, in what's become an iconic image of the campaign. The former president's loyal fanbase were quick to eternalize the image in memes and merchandise, portraying him as an all-conquering American hero. Just 2 days after the assassination attempt, Trump made an appearance at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, sporting a bandage around his right ear. Trump, the style icon that he is, set a new trend among supporters who wore a bandage around their right ears as a show of solidarity and support with the former president. Around a month later, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who had an outside chance at potentially disrupting the election, announced he was suspending his campaign and endorsing Trump, a move that surprised quite a few. In response, the Democrats branded the move as another layer of weird.
These guys are just weird. These are weird ideas. That seems very weird to me.
Labeling RFK Jr. as an unusual guy, switching from calling Trump unhinged to supporting this apparent unhingedness and endorsing him. I mean, it's kind of hard to dispute the idea that it's weird, especially given that he had a literal worm in his brain, which ate a portion of it. But the fun doesn't stop there with RFK Jr. In 2014, a woman found a dead bear cub in Central Park, New York City, while walking her dog. Turns out the guy who dumped the bear there was none other than our dear old friend RFK Jr. He later took to X Twitter to explain what had happened.
A woman in a van in front of me hit a bear and killed it. So I pulled over and I picked up the bear and put him in the back of my van because I was going to skin the bear. I was going to and put the meat in my refrigerator. Instead of going back to my home in Westchester, I had to go right to the city because there was a dinner. And at the end of the dinner, it went late, and I realized I couldn't go home. I had to go to the airport. And the bear was in my car, and I didn't want to leave the bear in the car because that would have been bad. So then I thought there'd been a series of bicycle accidents in New York. They had just put in the bike lanes, and saw a couple of people had gotten killed, and it was every day, and people had gotten badly injured. And I said, well, I had an old bike in my car that somebody had asked me to get rid of it. I said, let's go put the bear in Central Park, and we'll make it look like he got hit by a bike. It'll be fun and funny for people.
I mean, I would have done the same. I think this meme sums up this whole saga quite well. Nobody, the worm in RFK Jr.'s brain, now dumped the bear in Central Park. I mean, couldn't Trump have got someone better to endorse him, like, I don't know, Elon Musk? Elon Musk, the billionaire CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, and dubbed by his many fans as the king of memes, has endorsed Trump this election. Apart from the billions he can put into Trump's campaign, Musk's greatest asset is quite possibly the social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, which he bought back in 2022 for $44 billion. With over 200 million followers, Musk is one of the loudest voices on the platform. And according to The Guardian, he has directed the company's engineers to alter the algorithm in a way that improves the visibility of his own tweets. Apart from reinstating Trump's Twitter account, Musk has used his voice on X to praise Trump and attack Harris. Many of Musk's tweets on the platform amplify false or misleading information, as reported by The Guardian, and many of those he interacts with on the platform are often far-right accounts that have a history of spreading misinformation. Since his reinstatement to Twitter, Trump has driven traffic to the site and has even appeared on a so-called conversation with Musk on X Spaces. It's not worth the listen. Trust me. But on a lighter note, Musk's endorsement of Trump has meant we've got this.
And his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here.
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
I want to conclude the video with a brief summary of each candidate's social media strategy. Harris's official campaign account, Kamala HQ, has been posting memes of the election on X and Instagram and TikTok. While Trump, on the other hand, alongside most of his supporters, have been posting AI-generated memes.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
In a bid to reach younger, perhaps first-time voters, Trump has appeared on numerous podcasts hosted by online influencers. All in all, polls are generally in agreement that Harris has an advantage over Trump when it comes to the youth vote. A poll by the Harvard Kennedy School shows Harris clearly leading Trump among younger voters. Harris's lead might be an indication that her social media strategy is paying off, but it could also just be down to other factors, such as policies, of course. Nevertheless, perhaps Harris's strategy to embrace memes and not taking herself too seriously when it comes to online communication has resonated with younger voters. She's been able to successfully differentiate herself from Biden, appearing much more energetic and in tune with younger voters, which in turn has also helped to amplify the age gap between herself and Trump. Interestingly, Trump seems to fare much better among male young voters. Harris has a strong 47 percentage point advantage among likely female voters, while Trump is only 17 percentage points behind Harris among likely male voters. This could be down to Trump's many appearances on podcasts hosted by internet influencers. These podcasts appeal to a mainly male audience, and the endorsements of the likes of Elon Musk and Hulk Hogan, who too have a mainly male following, have certainly contributed to this. It seems Trump has possibly given up on trying to sway young female voters, for whom abortion rights are a very salient issue. Instead, Trump appears to have focused on young male voters, whose votes he believes he can still attract. And on that note, my time is up. Thank you very much for listening. I would have done a mic drop, but my phone is too expensive, so I'll just leave that to Obama.